All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming on. I know that there are a lot of people that are busy tonight, have other plans, so I'm glad that you guys took time out of your lives to hang out with us. And um, Alina and I always love seeing your faces. So tonight we actually get to hear from a couple of ladies from our team who went to Summit with us, and they're just going to share some things that they learned. They might be things that you've heard before, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to hear something again, because the statistic is you need to hear something at least 7 times before it sinks in. So that goes for all of us, no matter how long we've been coaching. It's always good to hear it, especially from other mouths than people that you're typically used to listening to. And there are a lot of up and coming freaking awesome leaders on this team, and I'm excited to hear from a few of them tonight. And next week we're going to hear a few more. And Alina and I will also pop in and share some things here and there over the coming weeks from what we learned from Summit. And we're just really excited about it. So way to go to all of you adding coaches to this team. Alina and I are looking at our Coach Online office and seeing so many names. It is crazy. Just wait for the shout out tomorrow when we say all of the people who have been adding coaches, because it's super exciting to see this momentum come post Summit. It's so exciting. So let's hear, I don't know who wants to go first. We can just, duke it out here and figure out who wants to go. But I believe Alexa and Brianna are going to be sharing tonight. And if I'm missing somebody, we can pop those in too. But let's hear from one of those two.
Alexa, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Oh gosh, okay. I'm going off the cuff, my friends. I did not write anything down because I don't even know where I would begin. My biggest thing, I literally opened to a random page, and this is what I'm going to go off of. Mindset is my biggest thing that I realized is we get so caught up in we don't want to be salesy. That's the number one thing too that I hear from girls who are I don't know, deciding whether or not they want to coach, because they're I don't know if I want to be pushy. I don't want to do that. And the biggest thing is you have to realize what we're doing is changing lives and is a gift to other people. And so to me, fun fact that actually a lot of you probably don't know about me is I used to sell jewelry. I did a direct sales company with jewelry, and I quit doing it because I hated asking people to buy something they really didn't need, just so that I could get a paycheck from it. And so it's nice with this. I always tell people I don't feel like I'm selling anything, because it's something that literally everyone should do, or a lot of people are already doing. They're going to the gym, they're just not successful at it, or they're trying to be healthy, they're just not being successful at it. And the big thing I realized is how unique coaching is, because we're offering support. I've been emphasizing that a lot as I sell challenge packs and talk to customers, is you can go to any gym, you can go to any dietitian and stuff, but you're not going to have them there every single day for you. And so just realizing what you needed when you signed up. A big thing for me is the friendships. Literally, I just tell everyone I don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing if I hadn't found this coaching thing a few months ago. I think I would be very sad and depressed, because I see my husband and that's about it out here in the middle of nowhere. And so, I don't know. I talk a lot about the mental side of things, and that's kind of a lot that I saw that I took from Summit, is a lot of the relationships, and it's more than just health and fitness is a big part of it. And realizing that, I think everyone, that's why I liked the theme "You Belong Here," because literally every human being on the planet wants to belong to something. That is internally, all of us drive to do that. That's why we go to church. That's why we try to impress people, because we want to belong. And so I've been trying to I don't want to say push, but I've been trying to showcase that a lot more because I think that's what women are really needing. I don't know if that was anything really about Summit. That was also like, but that's just kind of a lot of what I got out of it and personally what I learned.
I think it was perfect. And it's totally fine that you went off the cuff because you have amazing things to say when you do that. So we'll probably invite you to do another call sometime.
Thanks.
Alexa, do you want to share some takeaways?
Yes. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Great. Okay, so I have so much that I took away from, but the biggest thing was that there's no secret to being successful at the business. Like, if you are doing the Success Club tracker and you're showing up every day for your people and for yourself, like, you're gonna get there. And sending your invites, like, that's huge. And so that was the biggest thing, was like everybody was saying the same exact things over and over and over again, which just made you realize like there truly is no secret. Like, the top people are doing all the things that we are doing, just at a bigger scale, which is really cool. And something that we chatted about on the way back from Summit was that we were talking about rankings, and so a few people on the team were in FFA with me. Brianna and Val were, and so when we were at the convention, all I could think of was being back in high school in FFA at national convention, seeing all these people and thinking that they're complete rock stars. Alina said that she did FFA too. I love it. So I just remember like looking at these people and being like, I want to be them. And Val actually was one. She was a national officer. But the frustrating part to me was that I couldn't figure out how to get there. And the reason I couldn't figure out how to get there was because I wasn't the only one who got to decide that. And so I was saying, like, it's so cool that in this business, the only person that gets to decide whether you're worthy is yourself. And that's tricky. Like, that's such an awesome and empowering thing to know that you're the only one who can get you there and you don't need to rely on anyone else. But it also takes a lot of inside personal work to be able to get yourself to know that you're worthy of getting to where you would like to be. And so that was like, I don't know, that was huge for me, of realizing that. And yeah, just awesome. So there's nobody that can't do what everybody else at Summit on stage was doing, which is just amazing. Let's see, I had, Rachel Hollis talked, and she said, what got you here will not get you there. And so the things that you're doing, that you did to get to where you're at, you kind of have to ditch those and throw them, because, and not necessarily throw them, but like build from that, because you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. And that, again, is huge. So yeah, I think those are the biggest things. Consistency compounds. We all know that. I mean, if we're not showing up for ourselves and for everybody else every day, it's not going to do that. And I saw those huge impacts last month. So that really clicked with me, of like, I was consistent and people were finally seeing that, like, I'm not going anywhere. And I think that has reason to do with why it was my biggest month. And but there were times where I was frustrated because it was difficult to stay consistent when I wasn't seeing all of those perks from being consistent yet. So yeah.
So good. You guys, these are so good. All right, I will share a couple things. We all have pages and pages and pages of notes. So to narrow down a couple of thoughts to share is hard, but also tells you why it's so important to be at Summit. And hopefully you guys are all purchasing your tickets if you haven't already. We can share tidbits, but I will tell you, it is nothing like being there and the experience of the energy, and it rubs off on you in a way that you can't get just learning the information that was learned. So I really love, and somebody who knows this lady's name, drop it in the chat because I can't remember. I think it was Jade something. But she said a few things that were like, wow, I had never heard it said that way before. Jade Simmons or Simons. I don't know. Perfect. Thanks, Jess. Okay, so one of the things that she said is to serve as a reflection of what other people can be. So this is not, people don't want to be who we are. They don't want to be or like have exactly what we have. They want to live like we live. So learning how to showcase the lifestyle that coaching brings to us is so important, and sharing that with other people through our social media so that people can, it's like, it's magnetic. People want to live differently and they're looking for something like this, and most people don't even know they're looking for something like this. But watching the freedom, all different aspects of the lifestyle that coaching brings to us, it's so important that we're sharing that and we're talking about that constantly, because that is a reflection of what other people want. We are the reflection of what other people are looking for. So that was a really powerful thing. She also said, and this is the best, is our purpose is not what we do. Our purpose is what happens in other people when we do what we do. So she said, think of yourselves, you guys are not coaches, you guys are transformation architects. So she said, the words that come out of your mouth transform what others believe about themselves. And it's so true. Sometimes we think that a post we just throw up on social media, it seems insignificant, but truly every single consistent post that we put out there is helping to transform the way other people are thinking about what they're doing, about who they are, about what they are capable of. And the purpose is not like just doing a workout and drinking a shake. The purpose is helping other people realize their potential and realize that they are capable of transforming all these poor choices that they've made with their health and fitness, learning how to redirect that in a positive, healthy way, learning what it looks like to become a part of a community that empowers them to do that. So true, because when people say no, what you're really saying is, I didn't believe I can do it, Andrea says. Yes, that's exactly right. So that's why talking about these things and showcasing that on our social media over and over and over again, and taking the objections that we hear from people and turning those into posts and answering those questions, those things are helping to change someone else's mindset and empower them to be able to make the choice to get started on their journey and to be able to make these transformations that all of us are on here talking about, that we've experienced because we finally believed enough to say yes and get started. So our purpose is not what we do, it's what happens in other people when we do what we do. So those are two of my big takeaways.
So awesome. I will share next week because I don't want to give away all the goodies. There's some other girls who are going to be sharing next Sunday. But you guys, I just want to echo something that Alina said, that there is, and everyone that went experienced this, and every time you get together with other women in this group, you experience it. But there is nothing that can match face-to-face time without technology in your hand, like looking eyeball to eyeball with the ladies on this team. And yeah, we can go to all the inspirational speakers, and yes, we're going to share all the things we learned at those, information and learning sessions. But the best thing that happened was the community that was built amongst all of us, the friendships that were strengthened. The best investment in your business is to help your coaches come to Summit. because it will build that belief. You guys, when people, like I typed in there, when people say no to us, it's because they don't believe they can do it. We're not selling a gimmick. We're not selling like a product. We're not selling jewelry like Brianna was talking about. We're selling living healthy, and everybody needs that. Everybody. So when they say no, it's not because they think we're salesy or they don't like what we're doing. It's because they don't believe they can follow through with it. So if you can get your team to join you at Summit, they will begin to believe that they can do this business. They can inspire other people. I would say, echoing what Alexa said, seeing all these top coaches, there's no secret. The only difference is that they have a deep core belief that they can do it. And they just did it every single day for years. This does not happen overnight. You have to build trust with people. It's just so many good nuggets were shared tonight. So I hope you had your ears and your hearts open, because this job is not brain surgery. It's simple. The hardest part is that believing that you can do it and doing it on the days you don't feel like doing it. Right? Am I right? Those of us that have been doing this, those are the hardest parts of this job. It's that self-belief and consistency. But if you have those two and you keep working on those two things, the rest of it just falls into place. Like, absolutely guaranteed, you will find success if you have patience and you do the things on the checklist. Does anyone have any questions about Summit or any other thoughts that maybe you want to share? Those of you that did go, even if you're one of the people who are sharing next week, if you want to just pop in and echo anything anyone said.
This isn't really about Summit, but I just want to share something I've been doing this week that is working really well, and I wasn't expecting it to, so maybe it'll help all of you guys too. Alexa and I are running our own boot camp in August, and I personally have decided I'm going to do a referral program type thing. So whoever signs up, okay, if you invite 2 friends and your 2 friends sign up, I'll put your name into a raffle. And every single person I've signed up this week, they've invited 2 friends and their 2 friends have signed up. So just putting it out there, that's working really well for me, and it might work for you guys too. So I'm really excited about it. And now Josh and I are brainstorming this big raffle that we're going to do. So yeah.
Well, that's freaking amazing. I will definitely be adding that to my repertoire. So let's just share really quick logistics for Summit next year, because it's kind of a non-negotiable. If you want to build a successful business, you just do it. You come to Summit. So it's July 16th, 17th, and 18th, but we usually arrive a day early. So we come in on Wednesday and we leave Sunday. We'll be flying into New Orleans. Unless you happen to live near there, you can obviously drive, but I will be flying, not driving this year. So I will, I'll probably try to find a flight that comes in middle of the day on Wednesday, and one that leaves in the morning on Sunday. If anyone is kind of I need to know an approximate timeline type of person like I am, that's probably what I will be doing. Some people fly in on Thursday because that's the official kickoff of the event. But like I said, my favorite part of Summit is just being face-to-face with people. So I extend it on the front end and come in on Wednesday. So you can go to coachsummit.com, buy your ticket. I don't know how much they are right now. Prices change all the time. I was able to snag one of the really cheap ones last weekend for $125, so I'm pretty excited about that. Any questions? questions on that, or any questions for any of the people that shared anything? Okay, Jess said she thinks they're 150 until the end of July. And then they don't say like necessarily how much it's going up when it is going to go up. So, but sometimes they have flash sales in the middle of like February, but you don't know that. It's different every year. So if they do have a flash sale, you should probably take advantage of it because they usually don't last very long. Oh, and price, by the way, for those of you who are also planners, we usually try to find a VRBO and split it. It ends up being less than $200 a person for the entire time you're there for a place for a roof over your head. We buy groceries, eat breakfast there, and dinners there. We usually split and like make group meals and just split the groceries. And lunch in between sessions and stuff, we usually just find some place to eat by the convention center. So that's really all your budgeting. Like the ticket price, the VRBO price, feeding yourself, and the flight. So just make it non-negotiable that you earn that income with your business so that your significant other isn't like, you're going to spend what on a work trip? What? Be like, don't even worry about it, babe. Going to cover it. Next month, I'm going to set it aside. It's going to be already paid for. Don't even worry. Just make it happen. All right, you guys. I think we'll end on that note for tonight, unless there's any last questions. But next week, we're going to hear a couple more stories from Summit. And don't forget that we have our Diamond Retreat coming up, and qualifications got extended to August 8th. So if you hit Diamond by August 8th, you can come get spoiled at the end of August for a weekend. Okay? And I know a few of you are gunning for it. So, all right. Have an awesome night, you guys, and send those invites and get those 2 referrals. And hope you have a great week.